Hi guys, this is actually a supplementary video from the video I released, the latest video I released, which is a damage calculator for the first Ascendant. This is in response to a reply I got there in one of the comments saying, can you explain this for a 13-year-old? So I'm going to make it as simple as possible. So bear in mind, this is freestyle, so I'm sorry if it comes off as a little bit draggy, but I'll try to make it straight to the point. So what you do is you just go here, you click on my video. Once you click on my video, don't disregard my face. You just go down here in the pinned comment section, click on this link, this Google Sheet link, open new tab. Then it's going to pop out. Don't worry about those zeros there. All I want your eyes on is going to be here. Click File, then click Make a Copy. So just go here, File, Make a Copy. I think you would need a Google account for this one to be possible. So just click Make a Copy. After that, the thing that will pop out is your own copy of my calculator. This is the thing you edit. This is the thing where you put your values in. Okay, so we got to have a sample, right? So another comment in that video is asking if someone can compare Tamer to Eternal Willpower. Now he wishes to understand the calculator a bit more. Hopefully he would understand how to use it after this video. Okay, so we're going to be comparing Tamer and Eternal Willpower. I actually have some data here. These are the base stats of a level 100 Tamer and a level 100 Eternal Willpower. Base, not affected by mods, not affected by any stats on the gun, any rolls on the gun. So what we're going to do is the value of Tamer, we're going to put in build number 1. Sheet build number 1. So Tamer has a firearm attack of 17,631. 31. Okay, let's go back there again. Weak point damage of 1. Okay, crit hit damage 1.6. Base crit hit chance of 10. Right. Actual fire rate of 625. I think reload time is 2.6 there. 2.6. Mag size is 100. Again, these three values would change, of course, if you have mods that affect reload speed, fire rate, and mag size. That's why you have to look for it in the game. In the first video, I actually pointed out which part there in the game you should be looking at to put in these values. So just recheck on that video. Now, for Eternal Willpower, you're going to scroll down here. Just go down here, look at my cursor, go to build number 2. So everything is 0 here. We're going to input the values for Eternal Willpower here. I'm going to highlight it so you won't get confused. There we go. Eternal Willpower has 21,370. Okay. This is a level 100 Eternal Willpower. Base weakness is 1. Base crit damage is 1.5. And base crit hit rate, hit chance is 20. Okay. Actual fire rate is 500. Okay. Reload speed is 1.9. Mag size is 25. 1.9. And this is 25. Okay. So after you have placed the Eternal Willpower here and the Tamer is here, all you have to do is just go to this third spreadsheet. Okay. You don't really have to look at the numbers, like compare them side by side, like, oh, 35,000 versus 52,000. No. You just have to go to the third sheet and you'll see the percentage difference there. So how does what does this mean? So when something is negative, okay, when something is negative, it means the build or the gun, whatever you put in build number 2 loses by that percentage to build number 1. Okay, so we're comparing Tamer in build number 1 and Eternal Willpower in build number 2. So what does this mean? You have white damage numbers. You have green. Okay, this is green. Now this is weak point. Okay, this is yellow. This is taking into consideration that you're hitting a weak point. This is taking into consideration you're hitting a weak point plus hitting something that is weak. Okay, something that is weak to your ammo type. This is taking into account if you're hitting something that's weak to crush. For example, if you're hitting Tamer, you're using Tamer and hitting an enemy that is weak to crush, you look at here, if that's where you want to base it on. If you're hitting an enemy that is weak to pierce with Eternal Willpower, you look at here. But for this comparison, let's just say they're on even ground. Okay, they're on even ground. They're not hitting something that they're weak to. They're just hitting something and they're producing white damage numbers. Okay, so here, as you can see here, Eternal Willpower actually wins by 21% per shot, which is obvious because, as you can see, base firearm attack of Tamer is 17,000 and the Eternal Willpower has 21,000. So you don't really need a calculator for that. It's, you know, it's what you expect. But as you can see here with crit, if both of them crit, the damage gap actually lessens. Why? Because Eternal Willpower only has a base crit damage of 1.5, and then Tamer has 1.6. So what's funny is that 10% gap that they have with crit damage, all right, with their crit damage multiplier, lessens, like makes Eternal Willpower decrease the lead of Eternal Willpower by 7%. So this is like the good thing here in having a calculator. You would know what those little percentages really affect in your build. So the next thing I want you to look at is true damage per second. Now you see Tamer winning. Tamer is winning against Eternal Willpower. And why is that? It's because this true damage per second takes into consideration your mag size, your reload speed, and your fire rate. As you can see here, Tamer might lose with firearm attack and also crit hit rate. But look at the lead with fire rate, reload time, and mag size. It has 100 per mag, fire rate of 625, which is faster than Eternal Willpower. Because Eternal Willpower only has mag size of 25, fire rate of 600, fire rate of just 500. So in reality, taking a lot into account, if they crit, if they don't crit, and also their mag size, fire rate, reload speed, this is your true DPS. This is why Tamer would still lose against Tamer would still win against Eternal Willpower. Now, you might see something here. You can experiment. Like, for example, how can Eternal Willpower catch up to Tamer? You can put just maybe if I put 100 crit rate, that means I'm going to have a total crit hit rate of 40. Would then Eternal Willpower catch up? No, Eternal Willpower still can't catch up. You see, that's how you play around with it. So if ever you're not comparing two guns, let's say you have your current gun right now, okay? Let's see for a Tamer, all right? So Tamer, this is your Tamer. I'm just going to copy the values first. So let's say your Tamer has firearm attack of 10, crit hit rate of 10. This is theoretically, okay, theoretical. And you have 10 crit hit damage here, and you have maybe, I don't know, like 2,000 elemental attack. Okay. And we're going to copy that. I'm going to make this your Tamer as well. 7, 16, 631. We're copying it. 1. This one is 1.6. Okay. Base crit hit rate is 10. Actual fire rate, 6.25. I'm basically just copying what's written here so that you can see how you can use this if ever, to answer your questions. Should I re-roll for this? Should I re-roll this for that? So, okay, it's 10. Okay, let me just put it here. 10, 2000, 10, 10. 2000 and 10, 10. Okay. So, build number 2 is exactly the same as build number 1 now. You can further confirm that if you go to setup comparison, everything will be 0. You get where I'm going at here. Let's say your question is, Eng, should I sacrifice my element attack for, let's say, Should I sacrifice it for faction bonus? Let's say you're fighting a Colossus, right? You don't want a flat element attack on your gun. You just want it as a module, right? So you're just gonna go like, I'll switch. This is build number 2. This is build number 2. So I remove this. Let's say I get Colossus 2000. Okay, how would that affect it? I wonder. Go to setup comparison. Boom. You see, there's already a difference, and I'm already telling you some secrets here, something that you might not know in the game. Why is it when we hit something that's white, there's no difference? And why is it when we hit something that's green, there's a difference? And the weak point, there's a difference. Okay? You see? Why is that? Well, here's the thing. Elemental attack does not get boosted by if you're firing something that is weak to crush. Let's say you're tamer, okay? It deals crush damage. If you're firing at something that's weak to crush, element does not get multiplied by that 10%. But raw damage, which is the faction bonus that you get from here, gets that bonus, okay? And also, element is not affected by weak point, okay? If you hit something in its weak point, your raw damage, okay, gets multiplied by the weak point modifier. But elemental damage does not. So that's something to know there. That's why there's a difference. So you can play around with it, really. You can play around with it. That's how you're going to use it. Clear? Hopefully it is. Thank you for watching the video. And of course, it would mean a great help if you share the video. That's it. That's all. Bye-bye.